Living together with their humans, our cats learn to understand us better and often tolerate behaviors that were completely unacceptable at the beginning, for example, when they are picked up or given a hug. But our cats do not get used to everything. There are things they never really manage to deal with, even after years of living together, and therefore will just neglect them. Number 1. Constant noise. Cats have much better ears than humans. Accordingly, they can hear even the slightest noise. Conversely, this also means that loud noises are absolutely hated by them. What they find annoying in front of the door, they would definitely not like to have in their own four walls. If you are a notorious noisemaker, your cat will sooner or later declare war on you. For us, this will show up as behavioral problems. These can range from withdrawal to stress peeing to forms of aggression. By the way, in some cases it is even enough if you talk loudly. Negative emotions can also be recognized, for example in an argument. If the two-legged friends have a quarrel at home, the cat often flees as quickly as possible and moves to another room. Apart from that, there are also cats that are not stressed by noise at all. Recently, we had even read in the comments under one of our videos that the cat of a viewer sits directly in front of the box while listening to heavy metal. Certainly not recommended for the ears of the pet, but obviously there are exceptions when it comes to noise sensitivity. Number 2. Strange people. Cats love their routines and their people. Both factors mean safety and security for them. And they also mean that the house is their territory. And in this it would not like to have constantly strange humans around itself, which are perhaps also noisy and much too interested in it. No, cats would prefer that every day is filled with inner zen, and with as few new people as possible. Of course, this doesn't mean that friends, partners, and family are no longer allowed to visit. But if there is always someone around that the cat can't handle or doesn't know, it will behave in a similar way as in point 1. It doesn't even have to be that the stranger is doing anything wrong. Cats are just a bit special in this aspect. By the way, some pedigree cats, like the Russian Blue, have a very strong rejection of strangers. Number 3. New relationships. Fortunately, it is up to each person how often and with whom he or she enters into a new relationship. But does your kitty see it that way? The fact is that cats form a close bond with people and quickly get used to them and take them into their hearts. Most likely, you are in the first place. And if it is up to your cat, of course it's the other way around as well. Nevertheless, cats can get used to the fact that another person demands parts of your attention from now on and that it is no longer the sole center of attention. But freshly in love couples? That is really going too far. They only have eyes for each other and spend the whole day together. Kitty can sometimes come up short. This is only topped if the two-legged friend throws his new acquisition out, when the cat has just gotten used to the new situation, because actually the new person was quite nice. Instead of it, now again someone strange moves in and demands the attention of the favorite human. Of course, this is not the way to go. At least, if you ask your cat. Number 4. Constantly on the road. Cats are not loners. And we are not just can openers. Even though it's funny to say that about us, it's just a prejudice. Cats are social animals, even if they are very independent and sleep alone in a quiet corner for a large part of the day. Your cat will be a little bit sad every morning when you leave for work. And will be all the more happy every evening when you return home safe and sound. But what if you are constantly on the road? Hardly back from work, you head out to a bar with friends, and that, from your cat's point of view, for the whole week. We can tell you at this point that your cat will probably not let this happen for a long time without reacting. To be alone all the time, even if there is a second cat living in the household, is a no-go for your velvet paw, which will not be tolerated at all. Number 5. Nomadic life. You constantly travel around the world together with your cat. This may be a nice lifestyle for you. After all, you get to know the world that way. Your cat, however, will rarely be a great friend of the van life, if it has not gotten to know it from kitten age and is a little stray itself, to which it is more important to be at your side than in a permanent home. But the fact is that no fixed base, where the cat has places to hide and retreat, is absolute stress for most velvet paws. It is not uncommon that behavioral changes occur here, which can even lead to health issues. Also, an appearance of aggression or fear is not uncommon. Number 6. Violence. Brutality begins with yelling at your cat. This is violence in verbal form, which is neither appropriate nor acceptable, let alone will have the effect you desire in any way. To add another wrinkle, unfortunately, there are enough people who think their cats will be disciplined by a slap on the butt or even hitting them. The cat will fight back, if it can. And it will do so with everything it has, including claws and teeth. We hope that it has a chance to get away from all this and maybe find a more loving home. Number 7. Neglect. Cats want and need attention. You already know that your cat will not like it if you are constantly out of the house. Neither will it tolerate it if you don't give it the attention it demands when you're home. Of course, you often have other things to do and simply no time to read every wish from the eyes of the little fellow. This is not a drama for your kitty. Things are different if you just leave it lying around because you just don't feel like taking care of it. Withdrawal, aggression, despair, stress and fear. These are all emotions and reactions that your cat will show while it is planning its departure from your four walls to look for a better and more loving home. If your cat can't do that, because it is a purely indoor cat, it can completely lose its will to live and just lie around in the corner, apathetic. But this will probably not be the case with Cuddle the cat's viewers, right? Number 8. No health care. No cat likes a visit at the vet. That is a fact. However, we can't continue to consider this state of mind if either the routine examination, or at the latest an emergency makes this visit necessary. No matter how much your cat seems to grumble, instinctively and afterwards at the latest it will know that you only want its best and are helping it or want it to be helped. Just as instinctively, it will know when you don't care about its well-being. Your cat is not well and you don't seem to show any interest. That will be memorized and definitely not forgotten. Even if it doesn't like the vet, your cat will immediately notice if the attention you give it is due to its discomfort and you are trying to support it. That's why it's also important to pay attention to the little signs more often when it comes to the well-being of our cats. In fact, there are 13 things your cat wishes you knew. Click on the image now to watch our video about this super interesting topic.